Well, hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Lewis Alforno, hoping that you all are doing well. In this video, we continue playing a game, Tiny Bunny Prologue. This is supposed to be, I think, part 3. Continue where we stop. You can see the owl on the right being added to the menu screen. Nice, I like this kind of parts there. Yeah, it's taken like around 2 hours so far, and it's still gonna continue, and this is supposed to be chapter 1 if I get it correct from what's been said on the Steam page. So yeah, let's continue. He was gathering dust in the corner. All that was left was clicking the button on the front panel. The tube warmed up and familiar white noise started dancing on the black screen. I almost reached out to turn on the VCR when the noise calmed down and blurry images appeared for a moment. Oh, it was dark. Dark before, just like the one outside my window. The picture split the screen in half. Can I say something that we can instead, or just skip on? Okay, I think it's on repeat now. Okay, something creepy resembling human speech was coming out of the speaker. Just a few moments later, the scenery was again overshadowed by noise. Anton, did it catch some rogue signal? Local TV station only really showed Soviet cartoons, and even that was pretty rare. And only just recently I used to always watch Robotech before school. It was so awesome. Maybe I should tinker with the antenna. What if I catch this channel again? On the other hand, Olya had asked me to find the tape. It wouldn't be nice to disappoint her, but in my sleepy state, I didn't have the strength to do all of it. Okay, so either set antenna or search for tape. Okay. I supposed to save as a runaway or take the glove or what they call mitten, but whatever. So let's let's search for the tape, not disappoint uh, Olya. So search. Oh, sorry. I sifted through the shelves full of dolls and blue hippos from Kinder Surprise. I found the tape I needed thanks to its shabby spine. I got the black rectangle from its box. Okay, Neverland, you spend the evening with your sister. Alright. The tape inside it rustled while winding to the beginning. This rustle was lulling me to sleep. Drowsiness attacked me while I was squatting before the TV. Images were in my head, me and Olya flying above the forest, tumbling in the soft clouds. My little sister is laughing, but her smile becomes more and more forced with every passing second. I notice that the clouds underneath us part, bearing the bristly pine tops. Swampy darkness slurred among the trees. The wings are no longer able to hold us and Olya. Olya, you haven't started without me, have you? My sister brought the tray with unevenly cut bread and a whole can of condensed milk. I rubbed my eyes. Anton, no. Come, sit. Olya, Mom and Dad are arguing again. Anton, they are going through rough times. Olya, rough times are lame. I think on the screen, Wendy was hiding Peter Pan's shadow into the dresser. Olya was entertained by the cartoonish dog Nana. Olya. Okay, I just checking what was on the screen. Maybe Mom and Dad will buy us a dog too? Anton, yeah, right. Olya, I have my own dog in the Neverland, and a cat, and a parrot. Olya smeared a slice of bread with a thick layer of condensed milk and handed it to me. Olya, have you lost all your baby teeth? Anton, obviously. Olya frowned, deep in thought. Olya, Peter Pan has baby teeth. What if they won't let you go to his land with adult teeth? Anton, well, I'll think of something. Olya, we'll ask Dad to alter your age in the passport. Alright. Anton, and why would Dad forge documents? Olya took a bite from the sandwich and started talking with her mouth full. Olya, who mob that he did that before. Okay, I think I heard Mom that he did that before. Anton, you will grow ears as big as Dumbo's. Olya got worried and touched her ear. I smiled to myself. My little sister was silent now. She just devoured bread, watching the adventure of Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and James Hook. As if she got sucked into the fairy tale Neverland. To be honest, I also imagined myself there, in a land where no one ages, where no one argues over little things, where no one listened to fights and the sound of broken plates at night. I felt like I was dreaming with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality. Olya, Tony, shut the curtains. Fast. Anton, why? No one's watching you. Olya, it's dark, and when it's dark, the owl comes. I'm scared. I get out of bed, fighting my drowsiness, and close the curtains. Okay, no option, nothing else to do but close curtain. Okay. I did my best not to look outside, towards the treetops. Oh, sorry. Right click for some reason, get us to the menu screen. Towards the treetops, the taiga forest, which seemingly drew closer and closer. Of course, it was just a visual effect from shadows of branches scraping the snow. Olya, Tony, Mom thinks I made the owl up. And that too, thinks I am a liar since I'm small. But the owl exists. Honestly, it does. You do believe me, right? That it comes every night and I swiftly grabbed Olya's hand and looked her in the eyes. I was trying to transfer at least some of my courage and determination. But did I really have those qualities? Anton, yes, I believe you, alright? Just don't nag our parent about it anymore. They're already dealing with a lot, so they will just get mad at you. Come and tell me if anything happens. And don't look out the window. Olya, but it wants me to look. Anton, doesn't matter. Act like it doesn't exist and never existed. Like it was made up, just like Mom and Dad say. I will get tired of waiting. It would get tired of waiting and fly away. It was madness, but after everything that's happened recently, I was more and more inclined to believe Olya's owl existed. We followed Peter's Pan adventure as if nothing had happened, as if the Force didn't kidnap kids, as if our parents weren't tearing each other apart bit by bit. Captain Hook was running away from a crocodile, and Captain Pan was headed to London on a guided sailboat. By some miracle, I lasted longer than my little sister. Olya's eyelid had dropped. She started snorting lightly, resting her chin on the side of the bed. I stood up and left Olya's room. I was looking out the window, studying the field, when Mom peeked into my room. Mom, enough playing around. It's your first day at school tomorrow. Go to bed. You should sleep properly. You don't want to be teased for being sleepy, right? Adult thinks everything is so simple, as if sound sleep would ensure my classmates would like me. I covered myself with a blanket up to my neck and listened to the house humming, to something invisible rustling in the corners. My inner voice had a question for me. Do I want to hear that mysterious flute again? Yes or no? Maybe it's just a part of growing up, and I can't fully understand my own desires. The forest wailed behind the barrier that was my walls. Some ethereal entity wandered the fields. Branches shook as if calling for me. The wind howled on and on in the night. My thoughts were like annoying flies that entered my bed before becoming weak and tangled. I didn't notice how I fell into slumber. Okie dokie. Really? Thank you for completing episode 1 of Tiny Bunny. Did you enjoy it? Do you want to know what happened next? We already working hard on the continuation of the story, and I believe they did. The full version has already been released. Okay, we're gonna select set. The picture finally cleared up. But the moment I rejoice at finding that weird signal again, the TV started gouging. A voice barely coming through the cacophony? Announcer. He was often seen at the moment when a small snowy hills were lined up on a screen, pierced with rickety crosses, and the male voice was narrating with a slow, mournful voice. Announcer. It was a pitch black night at the cemetery. At that fateful dark time, little Sinia met her fate at the face of a monstrous thicket dweller. The locals call him none other than the Forest Master. I froze and did my best not to move, as if by doing that I could scare away the narrator. I listened closely to his every word. Announcer. The beast dealt with the helpless girl in a masterful manner. The camera panned across the snow. Whoa. I wanna pay attention to what's going on. Okay. The camera panned across the snow with something black spilled over it, looking for ragged pieces of cloth that were thrown around all over the place. I didn't want to think whether Senia's remains were wrapped in there, so I shut my eyes without thinking. The voice continued. Announcer. Wolves are rare guests in these parts. Here was Tamara, the old woman that lived in a nearby crypt, had to say. A close-up shot of the face of an old homeless woman, weary from life and alcohol abuse, rattled on the screen. Tamara. Yes, such a fearsome beastie it is, worse than the rising dead. The old woman splattered a salvia all over the rectangular mic. Okay, so yeah, she's about smoke, and okay. Oh. And the stink, it's like the rest of her comparison was swallowed up by the sound of a horn. Tamara, I've never felt anything like that. It was just standing there, yes, right where you stand, Boyo, and pierced me with its eyes, right in the middle of the day. Was so huge, that one, with glassy eyes. Obscenities were covered by another peep. Tamara, you know, they say if this demon lays its eyes on you, it will snatch you, put you into his bag, and you are done. but he won't touch me. Likes me, it seems. So they even call me the devil's wench. Announcer, and it's definitely true. The carnivorous master will not touch those who fell to the level of the forced beasts, going for innocent child's blood instead. The forced master's presence is felt more and more on the outskirts of our country. Torn between believing in what was said and shrugging it away, I decided to record the remaining part of the documentary for some reason. I quickly grabbed the tape that was on top of the TV and put it on the VCR without even looking at its cover. Oh, someone get pissed. I pressed record, turned the sound up, and paid attention to the slipping signal. Announcer, it's not called the Forced Master for nothing. All of the animals obey it. Be they hairy or feathery, they all precursors for its appearance. If you hear howls in the distance, then it most likely already knows where you live. If you find animal prints all over your doorsteps and birds watching you from the trees, you better hide. It's already coming for you. And if you wake up at night and see a pair of eyes in your window, then soon, 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 soon. Okay, we get the message there. Oh, the TV suddenly went mad and looped that last word over and over, piercing my ears. Okay, you got me off guard. Whoa. I got goosebumps all over my spine. The tape ended and was winding to the beginning. The sound of rustling tape reminds me of leaves in the wind and the low howl of the beast. I woke up from my stupor and pressed the button. The VCR rejected the tape. For a moment I thought it was stained with sodium. Or saliva, or whatever. But that was just the light from chandelier making the black plastic glossy. Then I saw the cover. I think this is Peter Pan. Ouch. Oops, I recorded it over Peter Pan. That's what I get for hurrying. It was bad enough that I ruined Olya's cartoon, but I also put this creep stuff over it. I can't let her see this. We will drown in tears. I snuck a glance at the door. I could hear the clatter of glass and the squeaky floorboards. Olya appeared in the doorway. Olya, you haven't started without me, have you? I think the rest is the same. Okay, Olya, turn it on already. Mom will come watch her Brazilian drama soon. Come on, think. Fake detective. Anton, you know, I didn't like Peter Pan. Maybe we should watch Little Mermaid instead? Olya, I have already seen it so many times. And you promised me. She's so stubborn. I know. Let's watch a couple of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode first. Deal? Olya frowned but ultimately gave up. She put down the tray and crossed her hands on her chest. Olya, if you want it so much, can you open the milk can? I'm afraid I will cut myself with the sharp edges. As soon as I stood up, colorful dots popped up before my eyes, and my sore legs were pierced by thousands of needles. Only when I reached the sofa, I realized that the can was already open. Olya had tricked me, played me for a fool. My stomach became heavy. I wanted to rush toward the TV, but my little sister was faster. She picked up the remote and proclaimed in a victorious tone, Olya, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Right. As the remote master, I command you to watch Peter Pan. I couldn't even open my mouth, and the VCR had already eaten up the curse tape. She will play it, and then black crosses on unnamed graves, empty scripts, bloody scraps on the snow, and an insane devil's wrench. I'd better tell the truth. Anton, Olya, stop! I raised the end of your tape by accident. I will trade it with you for two of mine. Olya, what do you mean? You couldn't erase it. Me and Dad had broken off all those plastic pins with a screwdriver. You can't record anything over my cartoons now. I was about to mention that point, but okay, good. My little sister pressed the triangle play button on the remote. I squeezed on the inside, awaiting the out of this world voice of the narrator. But I saw the duel between Peter Pan and Captain Hook instead. I sighed and relieved. My head, heavy as a leaded ball, now rested in my hands. Olya smiled in joy. She put the tape on rewind and started spreading milk over her bread. And when the cartoon started, she forgot about everything in the world. As if she really got transported to the Neverland like she always wished. To be honest, I also imagined myself... Okay, that part we got before. But now Peter's Pan land was especially far away from me. My thoughts dragged on, stumbled upon the horned beast that awaited me among the trees, and the narrator's mournful voice haunted me, sliding over bushes and ravines, like a winged carnivore track its prey. I felt like I was dreaming, with my eyes still open. Then my sister's scream pulled me back to reality. Okay, that part. Okay, the chorus was singing the ending song. The world of Disney was lit up by a silvery moon. Another moon peeked from under the first one. Oh, that part's new. Scary and warm, hanging over the taiga forest. The horrific report got recorded right over the credits. My throat went dry, my pulse became faster. I looked toward Olya. She smacked her lips in her sleep. I squeezed the remote with all my might, ready to press stop at any moment. I rewound the recording, checked if it was intact, and then carefully took out the tape. The protective pin was still in place. I stood up and left Olya's room. Whether it was by providence or by curse, I had hid the tape alongside the Mitten at that exact moment Mom peeked into my room. First tape, he recorded the report footage. Alright, now I'm gonna click on his mother just to tell her about something happened with the TV antenna, so she would go to his sister Olya's room to find out how to fix it, and we can check if we can get the number of the policeman hanging on the fridge. So yeah, let's find out. Okay, useful connections. You received the policeman number. Okay. Senior Lieutenant Tikhonov Konstantin Vladimirovich, telephone number 20337. Open. We didn't check that part. Okay. Grandma kept ice cream for me and Olya there, but now I could only see meat bits for soup and clumped together pelmeni. I grow to hate them already. Pelmeni are a Russian variety of dumplings made by boiling thin unleavened dough filled with mincemeat. One may even call it Russian fast food. Okay, now we're back to runaway or take. I'm gonna pick runaway. Lumps of snow fell from the branch, and that reminded me of the sound soil makes when you throw it into the pit on top of your casket. I immediately felt dizzy, as if I was balancing at a precipice. Wait, what? I slowly backed away from my finding. I felt like the moment I touched shit, a trap would sprung and the mouse would get caught. Someone stepped on the ice behind me, close by. An inner voice whispered, "Save yourself. Run." My nerves got the better of me. I ran, burying my head in my shoulders. Someone was chasing me from the darkness, breaking pine branches, closing the distance with giant leaps. Okay, I think this part has already been mentioned when we first played the game. Alright, let's have a review of the game. Tiny Bunny, Prologue. I think the owl on the right represents chapter 1, so we're expecting like 4 characters will pop out while playing the full version, and the rabbit, I think that he will present the chapter 5, the end. Starting with the graphics. Good graphic style used here. The drawing is really good. It's a good set for a novel game. Good details with just a mix of black and white colors. Details are really good. I like it. It has a good mix of has some little animation in it, which is really good. Good mix set during the gameplay. I like it. Moving on to the gameplay. Simple mechanism, no bugs found while playing the game. One point to highlight is how long this chapter is. I think this chapter 1, not sure if all the next 4 chapters are shorter or not. What I think that what it took me like more than 2 hours, 2 hours and a half, finish this chapter is this too much details of every thought or conversation that was in these in the game. Like, I understand if that was in a novel, there is no graphics, there is nothing like what the games or movie would be. So yeah, you add this part to make the one who read the novel use their imagination to create themselves the world as you would try to represent them. But in the game or movie, these parts should be taken away, and something between short and sufficient details would be perfect, and it would make the chapters I don't know if it's gonna be like 1 hour 15 minutes, that will be, I think, good enough, but it shouldn't take more than that, regardless someone make a video out of it or just play the game and reading the subtitles, or the lines. So yeah, I like, of course, how the save option is set, as it saves you from replaying a big section of the game all over again, and you can be focused on like when you make a save at the point where are different options, different decisions to select from. I think that's the actual or the very important reason, along with, of course, at any time you want to save the game, do something else and go back. But the save is really crucial for these points, for you to see what alternatives or different ending, different decision you can get if you select or if you make different decisions than what you already done when you first played the game. So yeah, I get to know now how the thing goes, like getting the phone number of the detective, get the Mitten, the tape. I think the tape, that's a must. We're gonna get it no matter what. Or yeah, at least if we decided to watch Peter Pan with our sister without checking the antenna and get this strange news, let's just say, or this awkward signal. Music and sound effects, it's really good music and sound effects picked here in the game. I like how the good mix based on how the story goes from calm to scary music, and how they are well synchronized. When you had something like when the lines of the story reach some point, how the music change and start to build up, and we have seen such a thing happen multiple times. That part is really well synced. I like it. Good work there. The story, I like the story so far. I'm interested to play the full version to see how to know more and see how the story gonna end. And next time when I play the full version, I will try to be more organized to make a save at every point where we have multiple or different decisions to make, and see all the endings if there are multiple endings there. So yeah, I like the game. I like this music running in the new screen, including this footsteps We just hear it right now. Yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna end this video here. Hope you have enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and thanks to the developer and everyone participating in making a game. And I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe.